Well, a big day and a big moment on the biggest of occasions here. Anastasia ZOLOTIC putting herself into the big conversations for the biggest of medals here. Grand Prix final opportunity. She makes her way in, nice little high five. Can she find the high scores on board? Gareth Brown, the coach in the corner, will be giving useful information, of course. Well, who will be picture perfect in this one?
Skylar.
Well, Skylar Park, by way of Winnipeg, has made it to the Olympic Games. Junior world champion in Burnaby, and in one Olympic season, she's made it all the way from transferring from junior to the Olympics. Not the easiest thing to do, Stephen.
It's not only a huge statement on her athletic capability and her potential and her future in this sport, but Jay Park, her dad, it's like you said yesterday, it's a family affair. It's the whole family of black belts. They're all very involved. It's at the end of the day, you can't just be a good athlete. Everybody here is a good athlete. You have to have that quality coaching and that support system, which clearly Skylar has.
Oh, she does indeed. Final thoughts and final prayers from both players as we see Lavaya Ksenia listed as the referee.
And Leslie a break this round.
Yeah, Leslie Chong, feet up somewhere, but getting the feet up there to test the protectors. Skylar Park in red, Anastasia ZOLOTIC in blue. And in terms of the height matchup, both of them standing 175 for Anastasia, 177 for Skylar Park. So the merest of margins between the physicality. The leg length advantage, though, in favor of the American. Can she use those long limbs? Fast start from Skylar Park. And Anastasia blocking the attempt so far. Good footwork from Skylar Park, holding the centre, shuffling around. Nice little flicking hook kick there from Anastasia ZOLOTIC.
I'll try and remain a little bit impartial here
it's
because
okay.
Yeah. No, it's easy to do in this situation. Anastasia, great athlete, great person, also a member of Team USA with me. But at the same time, Skylar, great athlete, also great person, great family. It's one of those things. I'd say I'm leaning 51-49% one way in this situation.
You've got to say that so you can go in the same fight home with these guys. But who's going to be going home with the medal? Going the distance in this one. The opening stage is halfway through the first round. Bit of a stalemate, as would be expected. Both fighters feeling each other out, looking for options. Good pressure from the American in blue, ZOLOTIC. Can she find... Well, she's got an excellent hook kick round the back. Short, sharp shot from Skylar.
Just under the threshold on that one. I'm surprised that one didn't score. That was solid. We could hear it from here.
Of course, Canada and the USA near neighbours geographically, but they can't quite get near enough to each other to get the points on the board just as yet. Nice little hook kick this time from Park.
Yep, that's fantastic. That's one of her big weapons, and I think just a slight mismanagement of distance led to this potential 2-0 lead for Canada. Skylar Park going into this first break. A wonderful attempt. Almost went up 5-0. Almost went up 5-0. That's Anastasia needs to be careful on that one for sure. Both dangerous athletes.
For sure, no question about it. And there'll be plenty of thoughts in the coaching corner, and indeed plenty for the fans to ponder in this one. Canada and the USA going at it. Skylar Park, of course, having to focus here, get the thoughts of the Olympic Games out of her head, and that's been helped by the efforts of Anastasia ZOLOTIC. Close matchup. Let's have a little listen.
Got a nice highlight of that world-class front leg hook to the body. That was so smooth. It looked very little effort, but so high impact. Like I said during the round, we heard it all the way back here.
Well, who can stay cool and calm in the coaching corner? The ice pack on the back of the neck. But ice cold the requirement in this one. Coolness under pressure. It is winter in Moscow, but bringing the heat in that opening round with Skylar Park. What can be the response from Anastasia ZOLOTIC in blue? Big key up, shows her intent. Good frenetic start there, trying to come forward. Park matching that one, those cancel kicks there. Trying again with the headshot. Skylar Park with the hook into that open stance.
Yeah, interesting call to start the round off in closed stance. By that, if you're new to the sport, we mean both bodies are facing the opposite direction, especially when you consider the success Skylar was having in the open stance. I wonder what the idea behind that was. Maybe throw a little bit of a curveball at Anastasia.
Giving different looks, get a decent look at the head kick there. Did the Canadian in red. Said the open stance, but not the open scoring. Can ZOLOTIC put that little bit of pressure on there? Good punch on the inside, not so much power.
Quick pause for the equipment adjustment there. Good call by the ref. She caught it right away.
Well, you can probably hear both coaches giving as much information as they can. Jay Park and Gareth Brown handing out the advice, trying to hand out the punishment in the middle. Park and ZOLOTIC, no scores on the board in this round.
Impressive ring management there. Not only did she manage not to fall, she avoided going out of bounds and she avoided giving up a point. That was world class. Yep. Both coaches getting very fired up here. Obviously, Jay Park, heavily invested in his daughter. Obviously, Gareth Brown, been working intensely with Anastasia over the last year. Got one medal performance earlier this year in Rome, I believe it was. Looking to extend that, get some more points towards that Olympic qualification.
That is, of course, the battle here in Moscow. That's what they're looking for. But this one about the bronze medal. Coaches trying to give the advice, fighters trying to implement it. Good match management from Skylar Park, conservative, controlled. But ZOLOTIC hunting, looking for opportunities as we go towards the dying embers of this second round. The punch to no avail from the American. Potential for that punch in the third round?
Yeah,
to find a little bit more speed on it, maybe?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I think maybe there just needs to be a little bit more of a shoulder turn to create just a little bit more power. The punch is definitely there. She's looking for it. I think the judges will reward her if she goes back for it. It's quality.
Yeah, reaching in there, the American in blue, just trying to find some sort of solace on the scoreboard. All to fight for 2 points of a difference, and it points towards who will get the bronze in the under 57s. Just so you know, we'll then have the heavyweight men's bronze medal matchup, followed by the women's under 67s and the men's 68s before the finals.
Yep, Jay Park pointing out it's the 2-minute offense here. We've got to go all in, everything that you've got left in the tank, because at this point, 2-0 lead for Canada, but it could go either way.
Well, a headshot there for Gareth Brown from the camera person, just smacks him right in the dome.
Yep, got to create that space. Lead by example.
Well, who's got the vision and who can create their moving moment in this one? Gareth Brown asking, how much do you want it? You've got 2 minutes to go and get it, but getting the scores on the board straight away. Yep. Canada.
4-0. Canada's building on our lead with quality fundamentals right there. It's defense and fundamentals win big games. And that might be the case in this scenario with a minute 45 left. 4-0 for Canada so far.
As I'm just writing down, defense and fundamentals win big games.
Oh yeah, you guys
I'm
don't
going to steal that as well.
You don't watch a lot of American football. I'm stealing some classic coaching quotes there.
Second hand theft from me to you, but trying to hand one in there again. ZOLOTIC again with the punch.
Yep, referee not wanting to let this glove get in the way. Have the medical come out and.
Yeah, I think there's just a little cut.
Oh, there's the cut. I thought it was the glove coming undone.
No, I think you were right on the initial. The glove is certainly part of it, but there's either a cut or something to do with the finger. But David Chung, the centre ref, or indeed the doctor, I should say.
I think if you're Team Canada, you don't want this break, right? Because the ball is in Anastasia's court. She's got to go. This timeout is just giving her an extra couple of breaths. Like we said, they're such elite level athletes and so well conditioned. You give them an extra 30-second break and it's a lifetime.
Extra, as you say, 30-second break, but also a little chance to catch some coaching advice. As you can see, the nods here from Anastasia Zolotic. Deep conversation. Deep in thought, though, the fans. Perhaps just a scratch down the hand or sore finger, or hard to tell.
Yeah, those little nicks and cuts when you're in a combat sport just happen, and you walk out of match going, I don't know where this came from.
Yeah, no blood on the dance floor, so to speak. It seems to be okay. Running repairs complete. Good work there from the camera crew, catching it, giving you all the angles and all the options.
But do not try to chase in. Do you understand? But we're not actually doing exactly the same thing, but don't sit there and try to, protect. Hands up, that's where your protection is, the defense. Quick reactions, but you need to control that ring. I don't want you getting caught near the edges here like this. Every time, control that ring. As soon as you get pushed back, what do you do to control the ring? Axe kick, right? Axe kick down, axe kick again. Make her move back, and then you have to be ready. Understand? Yes. But after they cancel, don't chase it in, but they cancel.
Well, the perfect glimpse into the father-daughter coaching relationship. Likewise, coach and fighter for Team USA. And that is what has propelled Skylar Park towards Olympic success. As we see the little sticker on the thumb. Everything seems to be okay. Well, feet up in the crowd. Will they have their hands in the air at the end of this one for Canada or the USA? Just making sure that everyone is okay to continue.
I think we're going to get a nice burst here. This has been quite a lengthy, unexpected break. This is the kind of thing you hope for in close matches.
Well, there is indeed some blood on the dance floor, so to speak. Good work from the local organizers.
Hopefully that spot isn't nice and slippery now that it's just been polished.
Well, literally blood, sweat and tears to make it to the big dance in Tokyo. Skylar Park has secured that plane ticket, but it's not plain sailing just now because Anastasia Zolotic, as you said, coming out with real fire.
Yeah, I think that was probably the advice in that little break of, hey, what the tempo you're coming with isn't doing it. We got to pick it up one more notch, shift one more gear for this last minute and 30. We're down to just over a minute. Skylar's still leading 4-0, but a lot of registrations, a lot of contact on the system.
Good contact on the system, good impact from the Canadian. Anastasia Zolotic trying to look for an option, thought about a back kick there, lovely little spin round the corner, and that a microcosm of the match there. Just one step ahead has been Skylar Park, and she blocks that headshot there.
Oh, just, again, wonderful fundamentals. She's sticking to that game plan we heard Jay Park say during the break. She's being active with that front leg, and she's not being passive. Oh, wonderful backside to the face for 3 points for Anastasia to bring it within 1 point, 30 seconds to go. It could be anybody's game at this point.
All to fight for, the punch flying in there as the tape flies off the fingers of Skylar Park, but in terms of the tail of the tape, 1 point of a difference, 25 to go in an engrossing bronze medal matchup. The young Canadian, can she seal the deal and take the bronze? Or will it be Anastasia Zolotic, changes stance, looks for the punch in the inside, looks to the judges.
All tied up at 4-4 with 13 seconds left. That was a huge punch. We said that the judges were going to be looking for that, and we were 100% right.
And almost finding the front leg counter there, the fighter in blue. No gam jumps given. Are we going to golden score? Who can find it within their own feet? No mean feat in this one to get forward. Good counter from Zolotic. The referee steps in, kicking after Kallio. The gam John has been given. Jay Park, of course, will play, this is the Canadian coach, will play the video replay card. No gam jom the call. 2 seconds to go. Well, well, well.
Yep, this is the call that's going to be a difference in either overtime or a medal for Anastasia, and so this is very serious. I couldn't quite tell when the Kallio or the stopping of the match happened, so this could be interesting. Either way, it's a definite must card on Jay Park's part.
So the referee is off to the right-hand side of Skylar Park, who kicks now. So she's behind her.
Yeah.
So unless you've got eyes in the back of your head, it's quite hard to see. So here we go in this one. Key stages now, bronze medal at stake. And Renata Tukvanic of Croatia, former athlete, and of course referee, running the rule over this one.
Knows what to look for sure. It's definitely the person you want reviewing these kind of tough plays when a medal's on the line.
And of course, the referees behind Skylar Park, does that matter in terms of it? I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I don't know. Oh, yep, that was a fantastic card. I think there was about 2 seconds left. Let's see if there can be a miracle happen. Otherwise, we're going to overtime.
Cancel.
Well, you've just literally said what Jay Park said. The cam shot will be cancelled and we're going to go to overtime. We duly do. And if it wasn't enough in terms of having to battle out for 3 rounds, they've got one more chance. Skylar Park was in the ascendancy. Anastasia ZOLOTIC took the advice, came back like a house on fire, and put herself into contention for this medal.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. She spent the entire match going to the face with that front leg, but going on the front side. That change-up of just changing, instead of going front, backside, fundamentally, essentially the same kick, but just caught her off guard, just nicked that helmet. I mean, that was a life-saving kick, if anything.
And followed by that change of stance, lovely punch as well from the American. Gives herself that opportunity. So here we go. We know the effort of both coaches. It's all about the bronze medal now.
She's far away, don't chase. Set it up again. Let's go.
Well, look at the intensity, look at the concentration on both faces from both fighters. Who can find the telling shot to give themselves the Grand Prix final medal?
Yep, Team USA, everybody in this room is fired up. This is an intense one for sure. Only a minute for these overtime rounds if this is your first time joining us for overtime.
Well, a minute to win it. Who can get the scores on the board? Skylar Park on the defensive first. ZOLOTIC tries a little flick to the face. Almost landed. Good counter there. Blocked from both. Back leg turning kick there. It's a nice counter from ZOLOTIC. Finds the win and finds the medal. And talk about perseverance, it pays off. She was patient, she was precise, and she's produced an excellent bronze medal there. What a way to finish. Not so much disappointment, I'm sure. Delight for Anastasia ZOLOTIC. And of course, Skylar Park, well, she secured that Olympic spot, but securing the medal there, excellent stuff for the USA.
Yeah, it's a happy day for Team USA. She was just a split second ahead on Skylar there, because if she had just had just a little bit slower of a reaction, I think Skylar would have scored that. So that was a well-deserving match to go to overtime, because they were so closely matched there. Excellent fight, and an excellent performance by such a young Team USA player. Although I am a little biased, so.
You're allowed to be, and that bias is merited. Skylar Park trying with the attack on the counter with ZOLOTIC. But irrespective, once the dust settles, Team Canada, first-time Olympian for Tokyo. Anastasia ZOLOTIC, second-time medal, but first time here at the Grand Prix final. Well done to her. And that's what it's all about. Fighting to the finish, perseverance.